All right, guys, the Utah Jazz get a monster win against the Milwaukee Bucks. This is the Hoops Nerd post-game show. Guys, that was a nice win for the Utah Jazz, who are basically the most bipolar team in the NBA, it feels like. One game you're great, one game you're not. One game you're losing the Knicks, one game you're blowing out the Bucks. And that's why they're 5-4. It's the most up-down team there is. Before we start, let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. I want to say I am a big fan of Giannis, and a big reason is just him being loyal to Milwaukee, staying with the Bucks, and showing that if you work hard and if a team does everything right, you should be able to keep your stars. And it makes me happy that Giannis is in Milwaukee, and it's nice to see a team just going all in, keeping their star, going out and getting someone like Jrue Holiday. I know the price was high, but I was very, it was just a nice story this offseason. So I'm rooting for the Bucks. Now, tonight, I haven't really watched a lot of Bucks. I'm going to be honest. I don't get a ton of satisfaction out of watching Giannis. I know he's amazing. His ability to get to the rim, his just sheer physical, dominance, where he's just the most athletic guy in the league. He's also the biggest, strongest, fastest guy in the league. Sometimes I'm just like, it's like watching the first graders and seeing the second grader beat up the first graders. Not my favorite. But I respect it. He's very, very good. And the Bucks look like they should be good. For whatever reason, they gave up. They got Jrue Holiday, who I love, and I feel like their team will get better. Their defense does not look quite as good as it was last year, and I know they've got some analytical things going on that are kind of interesting, where they actually just give up a lot more threes typically than the normal team would, where it kind of goes against a lot of what teams are trying to do to take away the three, and they just take away the paint. They've got two bigs in Giannis and Lopez, and it's really good at taking away the paint. Well, if you go against a team like the Jazz, who are a high percentage three-point team, and they're looking to take the three, sometimes things like this happen tonight. So that makes me wonder, is it just a night where the Bucks are playing a team that plays kind of antithetical to what they do, or are the Jazz on fire? It's probably a little both. Probably a little bit of the Bucks they've lost a little bit of their depth, but you've got to be good top, 5 starters to win playoff games. You'll lose depth if you keep Jrue Holiday, and you can have really nice defense and offense in the closing minutes of a playoff game and have like a 6, 7, 8-man rotation in the playoffs. It's what you do to win games in the playoffs. So that's my thoughts. Jrue Holiday, they look like they're still figuring it out to me. Just watching this game tonight, watching the Bucks. I think they will. I think they will definitely go on a run at some point. Although things are crazy in the NBA right now with teams getting COVID stuff going on. It's a crazy time in the NBA. But it looks like the Bucks will eventually figure it out. They've got nice shooting. They've got a nice mix. They'll just get better. And Jrue Holiday's really good. So they should be good. I wouldn't be worried if I'm a Bucks fan. For the Jazz, let's see. BCC Pippi. I want to see consistency, but we tend to do this at the beginning of the year. Yeah, and I completely agree. You want to see consistency from the Jazz. You want to see them, it's weird to lose to the Knicks and then blow out the Bucks by 20, It's just kind of strange. Why can't the Jazz why can't we win or be around 8 points ahead every game? And then maybe that's just not realistic to win just at a consistent rate like that. I would expect the Jazz to win every single game they play. I don't know. That seems realistic to me. To you guys? Justin Ty H, you're the man. This is to commemorate Joe's streak ending. Thank you. Pour one out for Joe. Bowed heads in sadness. Joe Ingles missed the game tonight. His Iron Man streak, the longest one in the league. It's a shame. But it also a little interesting. The Jazz didn't seem to skip a beat. So what does that mean? Probably not a lot, because I do like Joe Ingles running the point with Derek Favors. And you know what else I think? It's okay for Joe to sit. If he needs to sit. Maybe this is a good thing. You know what would be better than Joe's streak? Joe being healthy and fresh. Just my thought, I love the fact that you're such a homer, Dylan Andrade. I love you, Dylan, for that donation. You're amazing, Dylan Andrade. You're the man. It's great. It feels like a backhanded compliment, but hey, I'm the king of backhanded compliments. That's how you get by in life, guys. Enjoying life. But anyways, yes, like I said, I'm happy to let Joe Ingles take a break, get fresh, so that he comes back better, because he's looked a little slow and a little tired, and it's probably the fact that he's been playing hurt. So it's nice to see him rest. Jordan Clarkson looked amazing tonight, and he's been one of the unsung heroes this season. His offense, his ability to come off the bench and just hit threes is insane. Tonight, Jordan Clarkson was massive. Took 12 threes tonight. Jordan Clarkson, 5 for 12, 41%. You'll take that every day of the week. And it looks like he led the team in plus minus, plus 16. So monster stuff from Jordan Clarkson. And he really has a chance to be sixth man of the year. I don't know why he couldn't be. He should be great. You know who else was really nice tonight? Donovan Mitchell. And he was passing the ball. It was fantastic. Donovan Mitchell tonight, one thing I've been kind of noticing, and it's been while the Jazz have not played well, but one of the silver linings, especially against, I can't remember who, it was the Nets, when the Jazz looked like doo-doo. But you know what was the silver lining in that game? Donovan Mitchell had 10 free throws. Tonight, Donovan Mitchell had 6 free throws. We talked about this before. People like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, all these guys that are high-level wings and guards who get scoring attempts. No one's going to be James Harden. Thank you, John Hirose. You're the man. You're the best. $2. Thank you, sir. You're amazing. Thank you. James Harden gets to the line like an insane amount, like 10 times. But I was looking at it, Damian Lillard, all these high-level guys, they're getting to the line between 6 and 8 times a game. So if Donovan Mitchell gets to the line 6 times, that's amazing. That's fantastic. That's how you get scoring, That's how Donovan Mitchell can be comfortable passing the ball and then getting his points. Because if Donovan Mitchell is distributing, but then also getting the foul line, he'll get his points and his assists, and the Jazz will win the game. It's amazing. Brian, Mike Conley, 10 assists. Absolutely. Mike Conley's been fantastic. I think Donovan Mitchell makes things flow a little bit with his passing. So it's going to be an interesting trade deadline this year. I don't know if the Jazz do anything, but I think if Donovan Mitchell can get his playmaking to another level, Utah has some interesting things they could probably think about doing. It was nice to also see Bogey hit some shots because he's been pretty not great. Rudy Gobert, just stalwart, actually so good defensively this year. Rudy Gobert, 14 rebounds, just monster. Just really, really good. And like I said, Bogey, a quiet 20 points, 40% from 3. You will take that. 5 rebounds. You know what else I noticed from Bogey? He's passing the ball. Like, he's been driving and dishing. And when he does that, and Donovan does that, and you're finding open threes, it's amazing. And the other guy tonight, who was an absolute monster, Royce O'Neal, was fantastic. Royce O'Neal tonight was, 18 points, 3 steals, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, 6 for 8 from 3. Royce O'Neal is as big a reason we won this game as anybody. He was hitting threes in the first. His confidence is growing. He's become an elite rebounder for his size. I mean, he's like 6'4", 6'5", and he has 8 rebounds a game right now or more. And then the fact that he's getting 6 assists. Did you guys know he had 6 assists tonight? That's monster stuff from Royce. That's him moving the ball on offense, getting open shots. And what that does is it just opens everything up for everyone. So Utah right now, when they are clicking and hitting their threes, they are a monster team on offense. They absolutely are. Now, the Jazz have problems defensively, and I still think they're going to have to figure out a way to guard high-scoring guards on the other team, because those are the guys that are just destroying Utah. But for when you're playing a team like the Bucks, who don't really have an elite scoring point guard or guard or small wing, Utah does things like this tonight. So Utah has some things to decide and figure out come trade deadline, because if they can figure out a way to up that defense, and maybe these players can do it, but they've got to figure that out. So that's something that they have to do. Guys, that's all I got to say really tonight. Just a nice win for the Jazz. They bounced back. They look really solid. They actually looked fresh tonight. And that's all I got to say. You guys are the best. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification so you know when we go live or when a video goes up. I got to do more videos. Sorry I missed last video. I was just not up for it. It was a weird day in our country. We're going to move on and try to be good to each other and be nice. I will be nice. I'll try to be nicer to you guys on Twitter. That's what I'll try to be. That's all I got to say. Sorry I don't have enough time to read the comments tonight. I got to get the kids to bed. So I will talk to you later. Good night.